Many of the human family are becoming weary of being slaves to the system after coming to understand that there have forever been shackles placed upon their lives, even since before their physical births. When one thinks that there is a possibility of a way out for themselves, or at least some room for contentment and of more opportunity for further expansion, everything crumbles due to an area of the system collapsing, producing the cause and effects of which one would have never thought would affect their plight decisively. And therefore, personally, thinking that their position inside of this design government formula was not a part of what was functioning. During the course of given time, one is privileged to find that, despite a feeling and thinking that one is secured in their status, the system finds some way in order to keep the world society in chains upon many distinctions, while the ones who asserted of selling their souls for freedom that society detests, still in time have to pay an ultimate price for the desire to be free. It's the conscious cost of the desire of wanting to be free from economic suffering for the right to exist ultimately without restrictions. It is a system which propagates and inspires the will to become unlimited, from having to live in a restricted state in terms of one's personal endocrinology of liberation for themselves, is the same designed and established desire formulas imbued inside of the host socially. This is the golden cage, because through the time creating the environment to cultivate it, and through its same implemented limited political policies, which the governed have been manipulated to help advocate into law, there abides a religious system of belief that in fact condemns it as well upon an instinctive universal principle of morality, while the human family has forever participated in harmony with the system to advocate immorality, due to being made to become vagrants for freedom. It's the golden cage of oppression, for the sake of never allowing the human being the opportunity of honest expression, rooted in good intentions, unless they are willing to destroy themselves morally through the effects of the pains and trappings of economic slavery, claiming to offer you a choice of their system, but in the same movement, denying your own moral and independent choices to freely be manifested of what the divine had intended for the human being to become. The most profound and fundamental impact of slavery upon every level is for the human being to not having a choice, while asserting that they possess unlimited choices. To not have a choice in your current condition, as well as not given the tools in terms of required education to liberate yourself from it, if you so cultivate through time a desire. In BNG, placed into a position of not having a clear and individualistic choice in your living, leaves the host feeling as though they have no choice in the current condition. And in this thought process, one ventures into a state of immorality after their moral intentions being exhausted and ignored by the system which propagates moral implications, into an ill choice of having to compromise their moral standards for the sake of a freedom which was denied them inside of a system which is promulgated as without fault. It is the golden cage of oppression. It is apparent that what one is to choose for their journey is in the most instances ignored seemingly by the divine, despite the purity of one's heart and mind to invest inside of a humanity which is dying each day that passes into a dark place, as though the state of morality is continuously in harmony with the season of fall, of when everything current dies, but only without an opportunity for a natural rebirth for another time of growth, unless one has the will to produce it for themselves. This is very easy to perceive of one's natural instinct to be disappointed and discouraged, in opposition of what is deemed as doing what is right. However, this is ignored of the world today, as this is the reason of this current state of the world is consistently going into a darkness, which suits only the government powers who oppress for the attempt to rule over the docile or the walking dead of the spirit, subjugating the will to be oneself. As many who have struggled through the plight of living innocently and of the light, those who live in the darkness of the world, are observed to have no limitations imposed upon them in regards to law, in regards to commandments for them to submit themselves to through fear of eternal damnation. They are only read to be of an eventual downfall because of their conscious choices of venturing to the side which most perceive as evil and self-destructive. Most whom are seen as this state of immorality are understood as having more opportunity and thus freedom than most who are of the light as limited. The light has laws and commandments to follow. The dark side has none. The light side has limitations of expression, which have produced the most profound liars and hypocrites to their own standards of behavior, despite their asserted dedication to their beliefs, while the dark side express themselves freely and honestly despite the threat of damnation asserted of those who are said to serve of the light. The light side is led and controlled by way of fear, which reveals their submission to be disingenuous in action, while those of what is claimed to be of the dark side have no fear, no laws, no commandments, and therefore, inside of a system as this, no restrictions, and therefore are not in danger of being guilty of opposing or breaking any laws imposed. The assertion of the dark side having a terrible demise inevitably could be perceived the same as those who are said to exist in the light, if they fail to act upon their gifted intelligence and freedoms to protect themselves from a world that is perceived as evil. The demise of the dark side is the set limitation imposed only upon the light side, as the demise of the light, if embraced in fact, offers an eternal freedom which is mentioned through the distribution of religious doctrine, as well as those who have been given a clear insight to another state of existence which is felt to be forthcoming. This is the nature of the dual state of existence intellectually, of which is intentionally formulated to be complicated, but designed to be complicated for the human family to mature into a state of being of where we all have the gift of exalting ourselves beyond the dual existence designed, and into the spiritual realm in its natural purity, which is our true selves, obviously. As this is known and felt to be a gift and possibility, this leaves the opportunity for both students of light and darkness to venture past themselves in the current state and into a state that will bring all of which in totality. What has been said to be the knowledge of good and evil is but the doctrine of duality and contradiction, as it is based upon the design of in effect, producing opposing point of views for the sake of argument and therefore dysfunction. The absence of this information has been asserted to be of the innocent and the purity of the heart, and the evident protection of the mind of the human being. The known has in fact complicated the earth, as was before that which was unknown to the human family, served as not a threat because of the human being not having information for to cause conflict in the world. With all of this being reported, the human family lives within a state of slavery inside of a government system that has established a false definition of what freedom is in fact. This is titled Civilization as Opportunity is Implied a Civil Implement. What has been established as the course of availability for the masses to obtain what is claimed to be freedom by this system is the education that is obviously ineffective. The condition of the earth is but a clear witness to this fact. As many in the entertainment field, the artists, the singers, and the actors are placed into a position not to be concerned of what the established common human being has to be concerned of. Most are still, despite their wealth, are unfulfilled. It serves to the human being to understand that we have all been lied to of what freedom truly is and what is in fact morality. This is moved to ask, is freedom in living or is it inside of death? What can make each human being feel fulfilled despite their status implemented by the system of which we all exist? We are all given gifts for the sake of survival, and for the survival for others upon the act and principle of fulfillment. We are present for the sake of fulfilling one another, for healing one another, and even for the sake of hurting one another, for the purpose of learning of who and what we are. All of this is able to be done without the clashing of ideas, rooted in the appointed education which has forever separated man and womankind from themselves, and therefore against one another, as this has caused the enmity in mankind mentioned in the scriptures. Those who are considered of the light are not free, in truth, because they are under a law and burdened of commandments. Those who are considered of the dark side are also not free. Both states are designed by the system in which were made to live inside as dual components, clashing, giving purpose for one another to exist. The primary question is as simple as enjoying the taste of your grandmother's apple pie. Who will take charge of where humanity is going? Will it be the human family collectively? Or will it be those in this government system of economic slavery and its set limitations promoted as freedoms? The only true choice for either condition is to no longer be willing to be a slave, as this takes coming to understand of how one has been made one. Find your way to freedom and fulfillment, and understand that no one is made sympathetic to give it to you. End the thoughts and feelings that your living journey is futile because of not being able to engage in the fruits of what the government implies as the sweet fruits of success. Remember that those in whom are made to be admired, who possess these fruits, are still remained unfulfilled. This is what many are seeing this day in 2022 as time prevails. Written by David Anthony Brayboy.